At Healthcare Partners Medical Group, our mission is to provide the highest quality of healthcare to each and every patient. With 5 locations in Pahrump, we are local doctors you know and trust. We want to thank you for choosing us. Quality care starts here.
News 46 is brought to you by Healthcare Partners. News is also brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 775-751-0349. News 46 is also brought to you by Team Ford Lincoln, the #1 new volume Ford sales leader in Nevada for 5 years running. Team Ford Lincoln, US 95 and Ann Road. TeamFord.com.
Tonight on News 46, the Nye County Sheriff's Office dispatch gets a makeover.
A job and business fair will be held Friday.
And Valley Electric gives us an update on yesterday's power outage. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Glenn Evers and Monique Mitchell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, April 9th, 2013. I'm Glenn Evers.
And I'm Monique Mitchell for News 46.
Well, Valley Electric Association has released some information regarding yesterday's power outage.
The power outage occurred at approximately 4:11 p.m. and lasted until 4:58 p.m. Monday afternoon. The areas that were impacted by the weather-related outage were from Barney Street to east of Higley Avenue, Charleston Park North to north of Basin Avenue. A total of 1,753 Valley Electric members were affected by the outage. The outage occurred when a recloser located at the corner of Charleston Park and Barney locked open due to a tree in the line at Leslie and Horn Streets. Affected also were certain cell phone service towers, which left those networks busy temporarily. KPVM TV also suffered a power outage here at our station, which delayed news. This is Deanne O'Donnell for News 46.
Well, 14 people were injured in a stabbing incident late this morning at Lone Star College's campus in Houston, Texas. Authorities have detained the suspect at the campus. The school was on lockdown this afternoon while authorities combed the campus to ensure no other injured people or attacks were there. It wasn't clear whether all 14 injured people were stabbed. 4 people were taken to a hospital by helicopter. The conditions of the victims weren't immediately available.
A man whose blanket-wrapped duct tape body was found Saturday in the Carson River by authorities investigating a bloody robbery scene at his home has been identified as the state's missing chief insurance examiner. 62-year-old William McCoon was positively identified, but it could take several weeks for tests to show how he died. 4 young adults have been taken into custody to face murder charges in McCoon's death. William McCoon's maroon Dodge pickup truck was found today in South Douglas County just off of Highway 395 in Carson City. The sheriff said the slaying didn't appear to be related to McCoon's work for the state. McCoon was reported missing Thursday after he failed to make a business trip, and authorities found a bloody robbery scene at his home.
Well, as we head into our first break, here's Kate with this week's Jackson Hewitt Tax Tip of the Week.
Tax Tip of the Week is brought to you by Jackson Hewitt Tax Services.
Good evening, it's Kay with this week's Jackson Hewitt Tax Tip. We're getting pretty close to the end of this filing season, which was a little short this year because the IRS was late in opening, but we do want to go over a few things when you're itemizing. The first thing you can think about taking is your medical expenses. Remember, the first 7.5% of your medical expenses are just thrown out the window and they're not accepted, so it's anything over 7.5% of your adjusted gross income. But you can take things like your medical mileage. That would include going to the doctor, going to the pharmacy, going to have an x-ray, anything medically mileage. You can take those out-of-pocket expenses that you had to pay your copay to your doctors. If you had to get new hearing aids or you had to get new glasses, the things that you actually paid for. Don't forget those items. The other thing you can take are your taxes that you paid. You can take your sales tax. There's a table that the IRS offers that you can take. Look at your adjusted gross income and it'll tell you how much sales tax you can take. Because we live in Nevada, we take that instead of we don't have a state income tax. You can take the tax that you paid to get your car tabs or license your cars. You can take the taxes on your properties that you live in. The other thing you can take is mortgage interest. If you have mortgage insurance, you can also usually take that premium payment, and that should be reported to you by your mortgage company. You can also take your gifts to charities. Remember, charities is something that is really looked at by the IRS. It was a fraudulent, big fraudulent item in the past, so they look at charitable expenses. Make sure you have those receipts for those cash and check donations. Make sure if you've given goods, furniture, clothing, food, whatever, that you have something from the charity so that you can put with your tax documents and you can have to fall back on in case the IRS does ask for that. If you went to a professional tax preparer or you bought TurboTax to do your own taxes, the cost of those can be deducted on your itemization if you have those. So those are lots of things that you can look at to itemize. There are more that are a little more complicated. Should you need more help, be sure to contact a tax professional or look online at irs.gov for further instruction. Thanks for listening. We'll see you again. This is Kay with Jackson Hewitt's Tax Tip.
Tax Tip of the Week is brought to you by Jackson Hewitt Tax Services.
Join us at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino with the #1 gaming experience and entertainment. The Pahrump Nugget has the #1 dining experience at Stockman Steakhouse, Golden Harvest Cafe, and the Gold Miners Buffet. Come get your game on at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino.
News 46 is brought to you by Team Ford Lincoln, the #1 new volume Ford sales leader in Nevada for 5 years running. Team Ford Lincoln, US 95 and Ann Road. TeamFord.com.
Welcome back to News 46. Well, the Nye County Sheriff's Office has remodeled their dispatch center. The center is the hub for all incoming and outgoing emergency and non-emergency calls and works for the Nye County Sheriff's Office, the Nye County Emergency Services, and the Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue.
The Nye County Sheriff's Office dispatch has been remodeled. We're going to speak to Captain Bill Becht.
Started about 6 months ago was the process with the commissioners approving it, and we purchased the furniture from Zybex, and it was just installed. They just completed the install late last week, and we got moved in. Today was like really the first official day we've moved in. We've been phasing in, but yeah.
What exactly was remodeled in that one room?
All the furnishings, all the computers and the radios and things like that, those were reused and recycled. But all the furnishings, the dispatch counters and things like that were what was falling apart and what was replaced. They were installed in 1999 with the original building and served 24/7. Actually, 14 years isn't a bad life expectancy for that furniture, for that type of use, but everything wears out.
What was it like before? You talked about some of the keyboards being held up by books and stuff. Tell me about that.
Yeah, some of the keyboard trays were constantly being pieced together, being held up with books. We had milk crates wedged in certain places, and so forth, and it generally just starting to come in disrepair.
How much did it cost total?
The estimate was $63,000. I don't know what the dollars and cents came in at. Obviously, we came in under budget, but I don't know what the exact dollars and cents were, but yes.
You guys were displaced for a short period of time.
Yeah, we moved into our training center. Everything had to be shifted because we couldn't just shut down dispatch. So we transferred operations to the training room for about three and a half weeks it took to get everything done and coordinated. Buildings and grounds painted for us. They installed new flooring, the whole 9 yards. It's 1,000% better, thanks to everybody.
That's one thing that people don't realize with dispatch. This is a 24-hour job, just like being a Nye County Sheriff. But these people that are operating in dispatch can't leave their location there. So it is important. We saw the trays, the tables, and the computers raise up and down. Why is that important?
Well, again, it's for the ergonomics, to prevent repetitive use injuries and things like that, and stress on the body. Allow them to stand up. It changes their positioning of their hands so they don't get the carpal tunnel syndrome and things like that over the years.
So they can walk around just in case they need to get some circulation going. You seem to have 2 dispatchers in there, but you have areas for how many total?
Up to 4 stations we have, yes.
And are you using those right now at this point?
No, normally we have 2 to 3 people in there. There's always the room for expansion.
These are not new computer systems for the dispatchers in there. These are the same ones that they had before?
Yes, the monitors are the same. The computers are the same. The radios are the same, yes.
So what are you hearing from the dispatchers there?
They're all very happy. It's like you heard. I mean, God, I hate to say it, but they were so used to working in a kind of a dingy, dreary place with the furniture breaking on a fairly regular basis that this is fantastic. They love it.
And they could also do their job better and are happier employees, as well as making sure that health-wise that they're taken care of.
Yes, yeah, because again, their comfort level.
And the captain has so many people to thank for this remodel. He would like to, of course, thank the Nye County Commissioners, the Nye County Manager, and all others who helped during this remodel. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
A job and business fair will be held this Friday at Nye Community Coalition campus located at the corner of West and Wilson Streets.
There's going to be an event this Friday, which is a wonderful opportunity for job seekers out there as well as businesses. It's a job and business fair going to be held this Friday from 10 a.m. till 7 p.m. there at the Bob Roode Community Center on the corner of Highway 160 and Basin. We're going to speak to Nye Community Coalition's Director, Tim Wiggers.
Well, this Friday, we have a job and business fair, and we are one of 6 organizations that are planning it, but it's at the Bob Roode Center starting at 10 a.m., and it's not too late for a business to sign up. They could reach out to us at the Coalition, but certainly we want to get the word out this week to anybody that's is unemployed, underemployed, looking for work, because not only will we have local employers, but we'll have some of the larger employers from throughout the county, even throughout the state. So we'll have some of the mines, the solar plant from Tonopah that'll be opening hopefully by the end of the year. Early next year will be, their plant manager will be in town. We're actually promoting those jobs and taking applications or helping people through that process already. So we're even going to have a resume class in the afternoon. So it starts at 10 in the morning and runs all day. Actually, it's scheduled to run through 7 p.m. over at the Bob Roode Community Center this Friday, which is April 12th. Talking about the job seekers, those prospective employees, they really should be ready to talk to an employer. They should be dressed appropriately. They should have copies of their resume. There's still time yet this week if somebody hasn't sharpened up their or worked on their resume in a while to stop by our resource room, and we have staff available to help out with that as well. So the Nye Communities Coalition Career Connections is at 1020 East Wilson, the former Mance Elementary School, and we're open from 8 to 4:30. And I would encourage people that need to sharpen up their resume to stop on by and then to learn about our other services. But come prepared to talk to a potential employer. You probably won't get a full-blown interview, but you might have a chance to meet somebody that makes a hiring decision.
There you go. And also have copies of your resume if possible. Or you can at least come to that class that you guys are going to have there. Have copies of diplomas or certificates and dressed for an interview as well. And be patient because there's going to be a lot of people there.
Yeah, I mean, right now we have, I think there's over 30 businesses and exhibitors. So we will actually have some exhibitors that are more geared for the employers. Some of the state and federal programs that provide assistance and different types of guidance for businesses will also be there. But at this point, we're really trying to encourage people to come on out, those job seekers, and to be ready. If you need a hand, stop by our office this week or anytime, but be ready.
For more information, you can give Tim a phone call there at 727-9970 or stop by Nye Communities Coalition on the corner of West and Wilson Street. We'll see you at the job fair on Friday. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
Well, stay right here. We'll have more local news right after these messages.